shifting face.
Look what they've banned.
Oh, no.
Now something nice is going to be getting through though, and it might be Beastmaster.
I mean, Navi has first pick, so they got that going.
I don't know if you want to hand that over though.
Also means they didn't ban Doom, which they have been banning a lot
Doom
throughout
and
the entire
Night
tournament.
Stalker as well, a hero that they've prioritized throughout today.
I don't think OG are as eager to get the Night Stalker though. They might play it.
No. I mean for Navi.
For Navi, yeah.
Navi will probably. Night Stalker's been something of a trend, but if they don't get the Doom, I imagine OG will just take that Doom for crit / Moon.
Yeah, Doom crit plays it really good, and Moon as well. I think with Navi having banned it all the way, they might just pick it up first here. And it would solve, picking Darkseer into Doom is not so much fun, because if he gets doomed, that team fight, that you rely on having your Darkseer for the vacuum and control, suddenly it can just go the other way. So we'll see. This first pick is actually harder to call than the previous games, because of the way they mix up the draft now.
Yeah.
Probably the correct approach, though, trying to target the OG supports a little bit more, because Miracle is super versatile in what he can play. Moon has a ton of offlane heroes that he plays well. I mean, even bringing in the Centaur and his more unorthodox stuff. We'll see.
We might get to see Fly play the Disruptor finally, too. Or, again, he's been so anxious to play it. Maybe he might get the chance.
Who knows?
All right, well, Navi taking some real time here. I'm sure that they're going to take time on this first pick, and then they'll know exactly what they want to do. So, taking a little bit, figuring it out. Don't blame them. It's going to be different than the last two, and they're going to go with Mirana.
Wow, they're keeping it open then. Okay. Because that's a hero normally not prioritized in the first two picks. And this gives OG a pretty big option, what they want to grab here.
In the last month for Navi, General played it, as obviously yesterday. Seneko played it, Ditchara played it, Dandy played it.
Yep.
So you really
Artstyle,
do not...
it's time.
Artstyle has not played Mirana yet. True.
Sorry, Artstyle.
And I mean, in terms of opening, also a fairly open opening.
Open opening.
Opening. Do you agree, or do you feel like they're more?
Yeah, the CM pick early is kind of weird. It conceals a little bit.
Anticipating maybe an Enchantress or Chen.
Perhaps it's good against any of those two. So for sure, it kind of keeps your bases covered. But they do grab up the Doom, which is the bigger thing. Just now they have his extremely powerful hero that they love to use.
The Crystal Maiden has been like Fly's number 2 this tournament, obviously, if not gifted the opportunity to go for the Phoenix. And he's shown he can farm on the little lady. He talked about it in his interview. He's not one to, shy away from picking up camps.
I mean, he had Blink Hex in one game.
That's
crazy. Really, really insane.
And as Shiva mentioned, it can limit the hero pool a bit from the side of Na'Vi. Not maybe considering pulling out too many summon-based heroes, but then again, just a Crystal Maiden. She will give a lot to the rest of the team, maybe something they can work with, having the benefit of that Arcane Aura. And regardless of Crystal Maiden or not, we're just going to take the Enchantress. Thank you.
Wow, ballsy. I mean, you're going to pick right into a CM with Enchantress? Well, remind our audience, why is that a bad move? Why do you not want to pick Enchantress against CM?
Your creeps can get frozen.
You don't have to talk to me like I'm an idiot. I'm trying to help out our lower MMR people.
Yeah, I am too. I'm talking to him.
Is that how you talk to?
He's talking to them through you.
Oh, I see. Well, let me say that in a nicer way. So CM's ability to do a lot of early game burst damage and lock down without getting affected by untouchable. Also, those creeps get that long duration. She only has to use one skill. They're basically dead. So, an aggressive move by Na'Vi. Why do you think they did that?
I mean, they just really love Enchantress and Chen. They play it really well. They have one of the best players on it. And it's a style that they have played throughout the entire playoffs. It's hard to just say, okay, let's do something very different. Yes, he has played Disruptor and he has, branched out a little bit as well. But this is just comfort zone. That's all it is.
Okay.
Tinker has not been banned in the second phase, so could be snuck up by either team here.
Yeah, they are going to get rid of that Lycan, though, but we see that so many times against Na'Vi. One of the only teams that runs it still, but when they get it, you'll be running away from them.
Yeah. Ditchara really loves picking it up. It was a good joke.
Thanks,
Don't
buddy.
worry about us
Thanks,
not
buddy.
laughing.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Don't worry.
Anyway, Sladar coming out.
Oh, no.
What?
You can't do that anymore.
Well,
We've already talked about it.
It's a fancier way to say it.
No, it's not.
Fine. Do you know what? You take the analysis. I'm trying to provide some real insight for people. But go ahead. Slardar, why'd they pick?
Why not?
Why not?
The
Damn,
only thing.
Hey, you got now the benefit of amp damage. You're going against Moonlight Shadow. You know, that way it's not as easy for them to disengage if he's already dished out a couple of those.
He also has physical damage on his
Heavy
dude.
physical
So
damage.
physical damage against Enchantress with low armor, you can burst her quite easily with that.
Yep.
Well, yes, your right clicks are going to be slow, but sometimes that's going to be fine. And this also frees up the possibility here that it's going to be crits on the Doom and Moon Meander rocking the Slardar again. But again, they could also put it on No-Tail. It is possible.
Yep.
He has quite a versatile pool, even playing the Void in the previous game.
The flexibility certainly is there for both sides.
Oh, wow. That's the we haven't seen.
Okay.
Yes,
land
this
or
land final.
much
Talk to
of.
us about the axe, please.
So when this patch first rolled out, people figured Axe was going to be the top dog because of the blade mail change and just how much that he's going to benefit from that and be kind of a game changer here.
And
then he
also
fell off a bit.
He did fall off, and it's interesting that he did because he's still very, very potent. I don't think it's just because of the blade mail change though, because you can't always force the enemy to hit you. You have the call every now and then, but you're not gonna have the call blade mail combo repeatedly in a fight. That's one time, and it's not a massive change. But what I think is big and what some teams have used really well when they did play Axe, as opposed to teams that kind of failed with it, is use the Ancients. Axe can clear Ancients so well.
Pure damage.
Yeah,
on
we
that.
saw
damage, baby.
we saw Winter Wyvern Axe combos. I don't think you even need to go that far. If Axe just builds up his early Vanguard and clears the Ancients, he can do it on his own. This is a triple melee combo against Axe. He can really punish that. Also, Armlet's gonna be hard to use against Axe with the Culling Blade. So Armlet toggles for Lifestealer and the Slardar. It's gonna be difficult.
But isn't Slardar's ult pretty good against Axe? I mean, he's going to call, but he won't have any of that armor anyway.
It's sort of good against everyone though. It's just the ulti is good, but at the same time, I feel that Slardar, it's a matter of who gets the jump. If Slardar has a chance to jump in and initiate on Axe, of course, that's gonna be beautiful. But if he ever calls the Lifestealer, he takes a lot of damage. Lifestealer doesn't have massive HP until he has tons of items. He has a lot of armor, yes, but pure damage.
Oh boy, we pubbing, boys.
Well,
That's
there's
an
the
actual-
extra armor you wanted as well.
Yeah, there you go. That's the
Are they going to
Dazzle
creep
Axe.
in like? Oh, I don't know who is it. Who's going to play the axe? Is it? I don't know who's playing this axe.
I'm thinking
first?
general.
I'm just like I'm theory crafting because I saw that and I like, oh, what if they like try to pull out that Huskar again as a fifth pick?
No, not against
They
this.
have a dazzle.
Not like this, dude. Not against the Doom and Lifestealer and
They've done it
Slardar.
before, one.
Hey,
They've done it
Huskar gets
before.
banned.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh
That
my
was
god.
the strangest ban ever. They could
No,
have just
they're
let
actually
that
respecting
go and
the
then
grave
win.
there. I guess
that's
Alright.
funny.
that is actually really funny. But they're just respecting the grave Huskar. It is hard to bring down for sure, but I think they had tools to deal with it more than enough.
They just know that Na'Vi don't care about what we have. They want to do what they want.
Pretty good ban there. Get rid of the TA. She has been played by OG twice before now, and they do play it really well. With the Slardar combo, it's just so strong.
But Na'Vi, without seeing
I
his fifth
think-
pick, it's hard to determine who's really taking what where.
I think they should have
Oh!
offlane. Okay.
2 debuts in
They're
one
smiling.
lineup.
They're like, okay, I guess we're doing it. Well, that should be an offlane Axe and
Ember? Can they get up an Ember here?
Ditchera, Terrorblade,
Or Zeus, maybe?
General Axe,
Yeah.
Dendi Mirana.
But I think you want to play. You don't want to just have a solo offlane Axe. You want to have help for him for sure. I
You're-
guess it's gonna be Enchantress just roaming up
Yes,
there.
I would
So
say so.
Dendi definitely on the Mirana, and yeah.
So what do you get to handle the, I throw out the casual suggestions of like a Zeus, Ember Spirit, any way to deal with the Mighty
Timbersaw
Terrorblade.
is still there.
Timbersaw is still there.
If he wants to go for that, I mean, what do we really have? They have 1 stun. Timbersaw is pretty good against that. They have 2 stuns if you count the arrow, but it's not always reliable.
Oh,
Yeah.
I may have heard a potential idea of what they may be going for.
Yeah.
The
Sitting
Zeus
next.
suggestion.
Sitting across from us as they argue about the last hero
I mean, they have
pick.
last say in the matter, so at this point, really.
We're
I
gonna
doesn't
think
take it
matter.
Miracle
from-
was last day in the Maris. Like, what do you want to play? You know? What are you going to go for?
I mean, it's terribly good. Be real with me. Drop it like it's hot, dude. Terribly good.
He's not.
How do you build Terrorblade nowadays?
He's not awful, He has a ton of armor, so against Slaughter and Lifestealer with the physical damage, he can actually deal with that.
Oh,
the timber. It is the timber.
Well, goodbye.
Yeah, nice call. All right, great.
Okay,
Not
gentlemen.
fun to play Terrorblade against that, though.
And Axe too. They have a lot of strength core.
Let us hear it. Is this gonna be the last game of DreamLeague Season 5?
Oh.
Will this
Navi
be-
is going full crazy for sure, but I can't go with them unless I feel they're probably gonna burn.
I'm gonna go with OG on this one, though. If Navi win, it'll be a very entertaining game.
Definitely. Could be any way.
I'm jumping ship now. Navi for the series, bro.
I mean,
This
come
is
on,
it.
Navi. We have had full series the whole event. We do not want to end on a 3-0. So you take this game and make sure that we are not yet having the last game of DreamLeague Season 5. I don't know why you're moving back, camera. I'm not done yet talking. Come. Thank you.
Wow, such control.
Jeez.
Okay, so now for potentially our last game of DreamLeague Season 5, let me hand it over to our commentators. It is time for OD Pixel and Draskell.
Get out of here. Let's go to the cash. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the casting panel. It's game 3 now of Navi versus OG in the best of 5 grand finals here at the DreamLeague finals. I'm OD Pixel, I'm joined by Draskell. OG, of course, 2 games up, and here we have it, Andy. New hero being released right here at the LAN. We're seeing Terrorblade coming out for Navi as the final pick. The response is that Timbersaw from Miracle. Why the Terrorblade? Have Navi got some secret amazing strat here that's going to destroy OG?
Well, I don't know about that part, but I do think that Terrorblade is still a potent hero. It's just going to be a hard Terrorblade game, because you have to worry about getting doomed. Terrorblade just eviscerates you throughout the game until you get like BKB, because he does so much burst damage. OG has good catch. Lifestealer can kind of go on you as well. Sure, Sunder is a thing if you can get it off. They have the Shallow Grave as well to maybe open up an opportunity for you to get that spell off. I'm just apprehensive, we'll say that.
I mean, is that the play? Is it all about the Shallow Grave shot Sunders?
We'll see, I guess. This is really off the wall, so I'm not really sure what to expect. The thing is, when you pick a crazy lineup, normally you pick like one crazy hero. But the fact that, Axe and Terrorblade are being run on the same team just seems very unorthodox. So they said they had a plan the other day when we were talking to, it wasn't Ditcher, I was General,
Yes.
right? And they said they had a plan going up against OG. So maybe this is something that they've practiced before.
This is the
and
plan.
They have confidence in it. The Dazzle is going to be making his way towards bottom lane with the Axe. This is a very potent dual lane, especially against heroes that are predominantly melee. Like Crystal Maiden's not going to be able to do enough harass on her own to really be able to deal with these two. Crit, kind of in the same boat. So I'm curious to see how Navi's dual lane matches up against the potential tri-lane of OG if Crit wants to make his transition down here, or if he decides to just farm.
I mean, talking about the bottom lane, but now going towards the mid lane. That Timbersaw being brought out again by Miracle that we saw earlier this weekend. Matching up against Dendy on the Mirana. Is this pretty much a free lane for both of them, or is anyone going to be in a potential risky situation?
I think they'll both farm.
Yeah.
Like, Mirana doesn't really have the greatest of base damage. Timber doesn't either. But Reactive should keep Miracle in the lane pretty much forever. Mirana is not known for her harass potential. It's more just about like landing the arrows and securing some runes.
But also talking in terms of the draft, are you a little bit more positive on the outlook for Navi due to the fact that they did decide to ban out the Spirit and the Phoenix this game and instead let the Doom through? Or do you feel this is equally as scary?
Well, I think that they just ban those heroes because they allow OG to dictate tempo, and Navi are usually the team who want to do that. Meantime, bottom lane, Crit is going to make his first appearance down here. Not really going to be able to do much.
Oh, Moon. He's in trouble there. I think this is going to be your first blood
All right.
here. Ditcher off. First blood on the Terrorblade with the help of Artstar and the Purge Creep. Same time, bottom lane General going on to No-Tail. Oh, hey! That's the second one for Navi. Can they get a kill in return? General getting beat down by Crit. The spins are there. One of them at least. Not going to be enough. So OG find one in return, but Navi starting this game off with 2 quick kills.
I wonder why he opted to go for Poison and not Grave at level 2. I mean, at level 3, I'm pretty sure he's going to be 1-1-1 no matter what because he's playing with an Axe, but I don't know if the Grave would have necessarily gotten him another kill, but spins are a thing. Maybe some RNG on his side could have worked out. The Moon still taking a ton of damage up here. I mean, Terrorblade's one of those heroes that you just don't play against very often.
I was going to say, mate, Moon's probably just reading up on the skills.
He's like, God, this hero does so much damage.
No turn on fly. Playing with Seneko here. I mean, Seneko. I think he'll be fine. He'll have to take the long walk round through the jungle to get back to his position in lane. A crit returning back down towards the bottom. Mid lane Miracle putting a lot of heavy pressure in, but at the same time, it's as expected, pretty much bang on neck with the CS for both Dendi and Miracle. I mean, just the question is when are we going to see the rotations come into play from the supports? And I mean, I guess you look over to Na'Vi and you see as Heartstarter being the more posted on the Enchantress, but meanwhile bottom lane moving in onto General. He'll get the call off. He's going to need a few spins to have a chance of turning this one. He's going to look for the dupes around in the sidelines. It's not going to work. They'll lose him. They're going to lose Seneko as well by the looks of it. And OG, all right, 2 kills for them on the bottom. No reaction from Na'Vi there, and that's not great when you're just giving up a Dazzle Axe lane just like that.
Yeah, that's another time where you really, really need Shallow Grave. Because if the Axe is carrying a TP, you know, you want to use Infernal Blade for the damage and Frostbite for the lockdown, so if you don't stagger your disables, there is a chance for a Grave TP out in those scenarios. Not a huge chance, but, you know, it's better than just dying straight up, and because Seneko was unable to hit level 3, you know, he still doesn't have Grave. This lane is supposed to actually be winning. Like, you don't pick Axe Dazzle to get killed 2 times and even trade, you just want to shut down the safe lane completely. Dendi gets the rune here.
And again, just, I mean, we're seeing, you know, you're not going to be able to harass Miracle out of lane as a Mirana. Unless you hit some wacky arrow. Again, look at this bottom. General trying to go in. Seneko has an invis to just maybe set up a walking call for the General. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, I have no tell, but again, making a bit of a go on to General. They're not scared to try and kill this Axe. You know, there's still not that extra level on Dazzle, so there's no Shallow Grave still at this point, and they're going to get the kills. They get one at No Tail with the open wounds onto Seneko. They get another, almost certainly, one more touch, and they do. And as you keep saying, Andy, the fact that there's no Shallow Grave is just, it's absolutely crushing this lane.
OG are just abusing the fact that he's not level 3. Like, 5 minutes in, still yet to get that crucial point into Shallow Grave. I mean, 5 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but when you have a couple of heroes hitting him over and over again, maybe you get a spin, especially when you're tanking the creep wave. Like, it's one thing to say that OG could just stop hitting him. Oh god, a General, not again, dude, not like this.
I think we need to turn the instant replay off.
I've seen this movie before, Owen. It doesn't end well for the Axe.
Oh boy, oh boy.
This is a total disaster. He has to just leave the lane now. There's no way you can go back. You're just gonna keep dying.
Maybe this is all part of the Terrorblade strat.
No, there's no way this is a strat. Come on, Owen. Get it together. The grand finals, Owen. I don't know how grand they are.
I was gonna
finals.
say you should tell Na'Vi that.
Too savage.
Oh, Dendi! He's gonna juke this one off. Miracle trying to go for the blind play. That's got another chakram. That's not gonna be on point. In fact, they might have a good chance of punishing this one. General coming in as well. Oh, Miracle.
What a guy.
Oh, he doesn't have a TP.
Yeah, but he can just make the trick. He knows the creep wave timing. It's nighttime. And he might run into art style though. I mean, he's gonna run right into him.
Yeah, what's gonna happen here?
He's fine.
Whee!
This is space.
This is a lot of space.
I mean, he's bought all his items. Does he just die to the tower? Yeah, he just dies to the tower. Okay.
Alright. Well, Dichirel's getting a lot of farm.
Yep.
He's 34 for 9 at the moment on this top lane. The Terrorblade is having the space that he needs.
It's not a matter really of getting the Terrorblade space, because I think he was always going to farm in the situation. The hero is actually pretty good in lane when it's just a solo offlane hero that only does physical DPS. Terrorblade's got 15 base armor with Aquila and Poor Man's Shield at level 7. That Slardar ain't doing any damage to him, so he's always going to get farmed. The bigger concern is, again, the offlane. The offlane has given away so many kills at this point. The Axe's Blink Dagger timing and whatever else he's going to make is going to be super late.
I mean, that is the thing as well with Terrorblade at this point. You said, you know, he's going to be fine in the lane against Moon, but you throw, I mean, either Fly or Miracle, and Terrorblade just falls over.
Yeah, he's got 700 HP,
yeah,
so a Temper Chain, Chakram, and a level 1 Whirling Death almost kill him from 100% health.
Oh. Arsenal's actually going to have to live this one out. Moon. A little bit whiffing the crush there. Mid lane TP's coming through as Miracle. Jumping in, Seneko is there. And, oh, please tell me this man's got Shallow Grave now.
I mean, he is. No, he has 2 points into heal.
He does not have Shallow Grave now.
Already? I mean, to be fair, if he's not with the axe anymore, I could justify getting 2 points into heal because he wants to try to farm and recover. Like, Dendi is moving around the map a little bit more, like he was trying to gank the lane, so if you get 2 points in a heal, you can farm more effectively, you can push out the mid wave, and since you're not with General, I guess it's more understandable. But Seneko, this might be the worst game that he's had, like this tournament.
No tell with this invis, let's see what he can do.
I mean, Doom's coming up here as well. He could just be dead. I think if he farms his camp, he just dies. Yeah, he should be dead.
Yep, there we go. Walk in, pop on the head with the old blade, and he's gone. Crit with a crit. Arrow from Dendi. Who's he going to catch? Good luck killing that man. Actually, he does have backup
he should
here,
be dead,
Dendi.
actually.
Yeah, with Digital rotating him with Art Star, they have got a chance. Crit. Trying to walk this one up, but yeah, with the impetus, he's gone. So Na'Vi are able to punish that play there. They did pick up the Midas, though, before he died. It is on cooldown, but hey-ho.
He's
managed
gonna
to spend that money. 9-minute Midas on Doom.
Oh my god.
I think you're happy.
Yeah, you definitely are. I guess Ditchero's going Vanguard. Vanguard Terrorblade. He's got a Ring of Health. I can't imagine what else is for, unless he goes Hood? But Hood's not very strong against their
Dude,
heroes.
it's all about the Ether Lens.
Ether Lens Terrorblade.
Yeah, get that Sunder range.
This is probably why you're only 4K.
Oh, I'm 3 Andy.
Why did you lose your 4K?
I'm still 4.
Okay.
7 MMR above it.
Got to make sure that
Yep.
the plebs know, you know?
Absolutely. Oh, Ditcherat starting to get the push on top. We see mid lane, actually converging in Miracle, just dancing around with Dendi. Seneko. Oh, he's got Grave! He has got Grave! Will he use it? No! Doesn't get a chance.
Man, that burst damage is freaking insane, actually. Timber just kills you instantly. He only even has 1 point into the Whirling Death. He's got the double reactive armor for the value. Man, this game is just unbelievably tough for Na'Vi already. They are putting a lot of weight on this Terrorblade pick.
I mean, if Ditcherat wins the game with the Terrorblade, it's gonna be beautiful. But it's a big event. Actually, with this rotation, maybe they can punish Moon. Dendi is there. This could be another kill involvement for Ditcherat. They should get away with this one, Art Style. Yeah, he's gonna find it.
I mean, that Terrorblade was taking no damage from the tower, and damage block does work on reflection as well. So maybe Vanguard is the play.
It really is. I mean, so far, Ditcherat is amongst all the chaos having a good game on this Terrorblade.
We'll just go ahead and say Caster's Curse, right?
Yeah, that was definitely a Caster's Curse there.
Damn it, Owen.
Goodbye, Ditcherat.
Clearly not a Na'Vi fan.
Now we have it, Fly taking the final touch.
I don't know, I feel like that's just going to happen to him all game. If there's only one core on the enemy team that's getting a ton of farm, that's when Doom is like the best. Okay, Miracle eats an arrow.
I mean, with the impetus, that again, they've got a chance. Okay, Timbersaur's too far to the sidelines, Art Style.
He can turn and kill here.
Close in on this.
They have a sentry.
Oh,
Or never mind, that's Na'Vi's sentry.
Ooh. Oh,
Two for
again.
two.
Hey, they should have a chance to this one, and hey, they've got it, Na'Vi. Will find the kill onto Miracle.
All right. High priority target down.
Certainly is, no doubt. Up on this top lane, though, getting space, and with crit, they should be able to take down this tier 1. On bottom lane, Artstar and Ditcherat have started to set up camp. They've got General Seneko. They're diving in hard. They're going to look to take Moon down, and they are getting it again. Na'Vi, they are securing these kills.
Seems like Na'Vi are starting to find some footing here. And the nice thing about Terrorblade is he still kills towers extremely fast, even if you go for Vanguard, because of the amount of base damage that you gain through Metamorphosis and, of course, the max Conjure image. Oh, wait, I said Reflection earlier, didn't I, when I was talking about Vanguard? I meant Conjure image. I don't know why I said Reflection. Alright, anyway. Looks like it's going to be the typical Aghanim's choice here from Dundee. I think Aghanim is actually pretty legit this game just because you can burst heroes like Timber with magical damage much easier than you can like physical DPS. And then of course you have the Enchantress to back that up. You know, all things considered, if Navi's offlane didn't just go abysmally, I think they would actually be in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree. Well, we'll see what OG can do with this one. They get a ward drop down. Generally does have that blink. We'll see what kicks off in no time.
This wraparound though.
Let's see who jumps on who. They've got the scan here. OG, they know that some of Na'Vi have moved down to the south. It is just general. But they'll take a tower here. Na'Vi unable to stop this push from OG. At least it seems to be just playing around with the illusion. Actually, OG feeling a little bit scared. They seem very scared indeed. Just waiting for the creep wave to come, and now they'll go again. Na'Vi, are they going to make some kind of jump? General's not there though. He's down towards the bottom, so they haven't got the Axis initiation. It's going to mean they just leave the space there for OG to push on and start to maybe look for even more. They're going to try and get Denny to jump back, and you can already see No Tail would have looked for the cutoff. And she spots out Dichira as well, moving back up to the south.
I guess the one thing that we can look to now on the side of Na'Vi is the fact that General has his Blink Dagger. He got it before Moon, and he pretty much went to lane and died 3 times in a row. So the fact that General's 1 in 5, has Blink Dagger before Moon, just, I think, kind of solidifies the fact that he can be kind of that Slardar-esque hero, but farms the jungle faster, obviously, because of counter helix. And this could be the way that Na'Vi, on top of Moonlight Shadow and Blink Initiation, could try to start turning this game. Here comes the smoke.
Question is where they're going to go. You see up top, they're making the jump onto Dichira. 4 heroes of OG were watching him up for that full laning portion as he farmed at the wave, and there was just no response from Na'Vi. And to be fair, with that amount of health points, you just don't have time to respond. General jumps in, gets the call onto Miracle. Can OG come around and help him? It doesn't look like they can. Miracle falling low. They should better run on. The jump in from Moon. Gets the crush at the slide by from Miracle. Chops down on Axe Art style. Chopped down by No Tail, and Miracle, he lives. Turns around, gets a double as he shakrams the Dazzle.
Oh dear God. If that arrow didn't miss, that Timber was so dead. If that Timber dies there, the fight actually goes amazingly well for Na'Vi. Because all the burst damage came in from the Timber. Sure, the crush was nice, but if that hero isn't alive, throw out a Chakram, hit the 2-man Timber chain, and just instantly annihilate the Axe, I think it would have been very easy for Na'Vi to walk away.
Moon jumps in. Can they chase this man? Nara's going to miss, and Moon will be allowed to escape. General is even thinking about the cutoff. No, he feels scared. Actually, with Dendi, maybe they can try for it. Moon coming in. Oh, Link dodging the call. I mean, this game is looking a little bit grim for Na'Vi. There's just a lot of resting of hope on that Digital Terrorblade.
Well, Terrorblade is the type of hero that can actually kind of destroy this lineup, so Neko is going to casually TP out here under the effects of Shallow Grave. But I do think Terrorblade has the potential to not only defend high ground, but do a ton during the late game. Because Lifestealer, Slardar, Doom, yeah, they can focus down one target really well. But if you get a good blink call, and you get a Starstorm out onto the team and your Terrorblade's just trucking somebody, that hero is not living. There's just way too much damage coming in.
Well, jumping on an Arstar mid, fly straight up with the ult, but he will get arrowed. No Tail is there to back him up. Arstar's trying to kill the CM, but with the rage, the crush, No Tail comes in, jumps down on the edge. This is a 1-for-1. The question is, can Na'Vi try and find anything more here? Dichira's moved around, General as well, coming across. If they can find a blink call, maybe Na'Vi can try and take more from this recent fight, but OG, again, just respecting the jumper potential of Na'Vi, and they don't hang around any longer than they need to.
Well, looks like Dendi now secures his Aghanims. It's going to help his farm speed quite a bit, push out the waves. They're going to instantly smoke. They still have a tremendous amount of bursts. We need to keep that in mind for Na'Vi. They catch somebody, they get an arrow into a Starstorm, a quad Starstorm on a hero, even these two can die.
Yeah, if General can get the call, okay. Winkle onto 2, the Weave's laid down. Where's the follow-up? There it is, the arrow onto Moon, the first stun. Can they find Notel as well? There's a buyback from the Slardar to get himself back into this one. They can't kill Notel, and now they're going to be careful. Ditchera frozen up, doomed as well. No chance of a surrender from this man. The burst from Miracles will bring him down, and Notel still alive on the sidelines. Midiva generally gets Shallow Grave dug. Sneko trying for the TP out. Is it going to make it? The Infernal Blade comes down upon his head. General taken down as well. It's a double kill for Miracle. Picked up that Bloodstone before that fight. 17.5 minutes in, he has the 3 extra charges, 15 charges now on that Bloodstone.
Well, that buyback turned out to be super worth there for Moon. At first, I thought maybe they would be able to disengage, but the problem is they use their mobility to get in to ensure that, you know, the Starstorm does a lot of damage to make sure they kill the Slardar in the first place. Axe blinks forward. Dazzle obviously has to be in close proximity to cast Shallow Grave. Oh, arrow? It's not No-Tail here. Don't make him stomp. Don't make him stomp. Okay, there we go.
Another way to close one.
It has a cooldown, so. Oh my.
So does Artstar's Death.
Used to be an Enchantress there. Not anymore. Okay, so. I think that the Terrorblade actually has some potential, but the offlane not going well, the Blink Dagger timing being really dead. Like, think about this, right? The offlane for Na'Vi went way worse. Okay, I might have to hold that thought. Smoon's going ham here. But the offlane went way worse, and the blink timing was still around the same as the Slardar. If he had his blink earlier, just imagine how much more work they could do with that lineup, you know, prior to Doom being available, you know, Moon having his own Blink Dagger to counter, because he definitely gets it faster if they're doing a dual offlane. So the timings, I think, for the items on Navi's lineup are super crucial, and they just didn't quite hit him fast enough.
Oh boy.
I mean, at this point, it's rough, because Crit's got Plate Mail, Midas, Crimson Guard, just completed 6-1 and 6. He's pretty much net worth-wise higher than the freaking mid player.
And for the next fight as well, I mean, it's just the little things like Miracle. He's got an Arcane Rune in the bottle. I mean, that's such a good rune to have for the Timber.
Yeah, for sure. Lowers the Timber Chain cooldown to what, like 2.75 seconds or something like that? It's really, really short with Arcane Rune.
There we have it. Etherland's done as well. Miracle.
The man has some farm.
What can Na'Vi do? They need something big.
They need a perfect initiation from General. That's how they win a fight. Like, ideally, you catch the Doom before he uses the ultimate, so that way you're not just running into a team fight where Ditchera never is able to cast Sunder. And then you can maybe turn that. Because even if the Slardar and the Lifestealer are both on you, as long as you're not doomed, you got Grave, so you could potentially get a Sunder off. But if you're doomed, it doesn't matter if you get Graved or not, you're still going to die. So I think it's all on General. It's a lot of pressure.
Moon, ready to fight, jumps in, out comes the No-Tail, goodbye Artstyle. Dandy having to jump himself up to the high ground. Moonlight Shadow back to safety. Zoji, they'll have the space to take down a tier 2 in the mid lane. Question is, can they find anything more? I mean, at this point, OG, is there anything really stopping them from pushing up to the high ground?
I don't really think so. They have a lot of really tanky heroes, and the Na'Vi lineup can't really afford to use Metamorphosis just to, like, poke at OG. They need to use it when they're fully committing to a team fight.
Moon in onto Dandy. General will get the call out. OG are going very aggressive here.
Okay.
But, I mean, the question is, can Na'Vi punish it? The Crimson Guard's out, No-Tail ready to move back in, and actually you need to be careful of the armlet toggle. Keep him alive, the Aegis will be popped. Can they kill him a second time? The arrow coming out a little bit too early. It's going to be with No-Tail rages, moves back, but General gets the call out. Can they kill No-Tail here? No-Tail falling low here. He's going to go down and they'll find it, but at the same time, Axe is gone. Moon may just go down as well as the tower hit. They do, they found 2. Can they find themselves anything more? They'll find 3. Na'Vi looking for Miracle as well. He gets himself away with the Timber Chain. Can they follow through? Na'Vi on the defense, and it is a successful one.
Oh, the arrow from Tindy catches out Crit's TP. Oh man, that was huge.
Wait, is Miracle a bit of a gamer though? Now, be careful if you're trying to kill Miracle. It may not go according to plan, Gut. Yeah. Look out. You might not want to do this, Na'Vi. Leave him alone. He's 9k. Leave him alone.
He's got this. Easy TP.
Alright, how many bloodstone charges you got now? 20. Not bad.
Not bad. I mean, that whole fight was a little bit messy. Like, they overcommit a lot. They wanted to try to save No Tail. I don't know if it's really worth the engagement when you've already expended Doom. Like, they doomed Dendi. At that point, they weren't going to get the tower even. They should have probably just disengaged. I think they were feeling a little bit overconfident that they could push the fight even when there's a low reward, I guess. If they kill them there, or they save No Tail, obviously they maybe get to tier 3. But the risk was super high in proportion to what they would have gained. And just getting punished a little bit for that. Obviously, again, the call from General, making sure the No Tail didn't get out of the base was clutch. And lots of damage being dealt from the Aghanim's Mirana. You know, they pick these really tanky heroes that have high armor, high health, but the Aghanim Starstorm just cuts through them so quickly.
It really does. Looking at this. Miracle, what does he have here to be scared of?
Well, if you get hit by an arrow, you can still die. If you get Blink called and the Terrorblade has Metamorphosis up, you could still die.
But
I mean, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it can happen.
maybe the blade mail will provide a bit of an issue for him.
Well, Blade Mail is not really good in the sense that
You just ignore it?
if you taunt a Timber Saw and you Blade Mail, the Timber Saw's auto attack damage doesn't hurt him much. But if you Blade Mail the damage that he's doing with Timber Chain and Whirling Death and whatnot, then it's great. I'm just saying it's a little bit harder to utilize the Blade Mail against him instead of a hero who wants to auto attack like the Lifestealer or the Slardar.
Oh, Dendi hits an arrow. Jumping forward by Moon, he jumps straight back in onto them. Actually taking a lot of return damage there with the Blade Mail. Crimson Guard comes out, fly with the ultimate on the sidelines. Hardstyle down, they get the dunk off onto the Doom. No Tail trying to go in onto Ditchera, but actually climbing up at the moment. Miracle jumps in, ready for the choppy. In comes the Chakram, moves forward, bringing Ditchera down. General's gonna fall as well, almost. Oh, he actually got the dunk off. Oh, that Timber Chain. Watch out. Here comes Miracle. Aston Echo. Good job getting yourself back to base. It's not gonna happen. It's a 4th kill for OG. Maybe make that a 5th.
Oh! Miss a Timber Chain, but doesn't matter.
It's
Moon's
a
there to
team
back him up.
25 Bloodstone charges.
At 24 minutes in.
That's incredible.
I do believe this is what you call snowballing in the most literal sense in Dota 2. When you have 40 mana regeneration almost at 25 minutes as a Timber, you are going to farm so fast.
Oh. Moon a little bit off there with the crush.
I mean, I guess thankfully for Na'Vi, the heroes that they killed are actually the ones who are best at dealing damage to towers. So like the Lifestealer being dead helps a lot. They're not really going to be able to go back in and get any substantial structural DPS in, but I don't know. It's Na'Vi's still showing the potential of the Terrorblade. Like, he's still a big threat. Even though he's been doomed a couple of times during the fights, he still does enough damage to be someone that you have to always pay some kind of focus towards. You can't just let him sit in Metamorphosis and just auto-attack people. And Dendi is also pulling a lot of the weight in these fights with just the sheer amount of damage he can do with that Aghanims. It's one of the few games where I look at that build and I actually think it's probably the only build that you can even do in this game. Even though a lot of Mirana players kind of swear by it nowadays, I still feel like there are other options. But this game, it is definitely the build.
I mean, what do you do now if you're Na'Vi? Is it just about keeping the game going, getting Ditchera's farm?
Yeah, pretty much.
Trying to punish OG if they go too aggressive on the high ground?
The Terrorblade gets, 1 or 2 more items. It's going to become really difficult to kill him. Because the big weakness of Terrorblade normally is that you don't have a really good strength gain. Like, strength gain is 1.4. That's really freaking low. So that's why you put so much emphasis on building stats. He gets the Vanguard for survivability. Dragonlance, great synergy with the hero as well. Oh god, Dendi, not like this, dude. Alright, he's dead. The Blink Dagger, open wounds. Oh, they want to keep going. Misses his Force Staff, though.
I mean, at least OG can just clean up these out towers. There's still a tier 2 down bottom. We'll see what they go for.
I mean, Roche gonna be up soon. Oh, okay, literally just spawned. Should be easy peasy here for OG.
Yeah, very nice timing here for the boys on OG. Na'Vi. Pretty much unable to do anything, especially with a man down for 30 seconds.
I actually think if they had planned on picking Terrorblade any point in this draft, they should have actually banned Doom. I think that might have been one of the bigger mistakes. Like, forget about the offlane not going well, OG kind of snowballing from the get-go. It's more about the one core they're relying on the most can just get deleted by Doom and not be able to contribute in the fight if the initiation for OG goes well. Whereas you're putting so much pressure on General to get a blink call and also protect the Terrorblade at the same time. It's a lot to ask, right? It's just so much easier to execute your lineup when the one hero that you're relying on actually, you know, has control of his character and is not just disabled for 15 seconds straight. It's a typical Navi draft though, when you have these lineups that can actually work as long as you like focus and play your absolute best Dota, but you don't always play at 100%.
I mean, it feels a bit similar to kind of the draft in Game 1 where they put Ditcher on the Morphling, and it's just about allowing him to get to that point where he can.
Yeah, but this is way better than the Morphling.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. This is working out much more to plan in comparison.
Yeah, comparatively much better. Because the Terrorblade actually deals so much DPS in the early game that you have to deal with him. You can't just ignore him. And even with his net worth being a little bit less than the Lifestealer, he still can do more damage over time because of illusions and metamorphosis, assuming he actually gets to attack. But OG have been doing such a phenomenal job of getting in and ensuring that he never gets that luxury.
Hey, you know on Timbersaw, does it still do that thing, you know, with the Bloodstone, if it makes your respawn short enough, that when you Timber Chain,
yeah, I think that's
and you die and you respawn in time, you come back to the point?
I'm pretty sure you can do that, but you
I want to see that, but I guess...
You need an instant respawn.
Yes. What point of the charges does he get that? Or does it not work
it's
like
3
that
seconds per rank, I think, that you have on Bloodstone. So he might instantly respawn now.
Yeah, 75-second. He's level 20. Yeah, it must be close.
I don't remember the death timer formula off the top of my head, but it's close.
Oh, come on, you're meant to be the co-caster.
Yeah, but he either instantly respawns or it's a few seconds off. I'm not sure. It used to be a lot easier because the death timer countdown per charge was 4 seconds.
Yes.
So if it was old Bloodstone, he would definitely respawn right away. But I'm pretty sure it's close.
He respawned before he died.
Yeah, pretty much. When you have more than double the charges needed, you should just respawn in place instantly, like in Aegis.
Exactly. Navi actually choosing to go for a smoke up now.
I like this play. You got to get your map control back somehow. We talk about this all the time. Is playing defensive Dota the entire game is never really going to win against a team like OG, who will just out-efficiency you to death if you're not ever going to fight them. Question is, are Navi actually going to find anything with a smoke? Survey says probably not.
Miracle is just 100 gold away from having the Octarine as well. I mean, 30 minutes into a game, when was the last time we saw Timber this farmed at 30 minutes? And I feel this is the most farm we've seen a Timber saw
yeah, he is
in a
gigantic.
long time in competitive. I mean, obviously we don't see a lot of the hero, but it's got to be one of the best performances ever.
There's no question about that. Guy is just insanely farmed at this point. I guess he goes back for like Shivas or maybe even an Aghanims. Because he's got so much mana regeneration already that Aghanims would just more or less double his damage.
There you go, Andy, do the max.
Respawn time is 5 plus 3.8 times hero level.
Well, here we go, jumping in, no tail, eyes onto Artstyle. The Grave is there for the time being, but Miracle has the slow from the Chakram. Can they burst him? The mech coming through, they're actually going to turn. Navi jumping in, looking onto No Tail with the stun. They might just be able to do the impetus flying in. They'll take the Aegis out of his hands. The Doom's been dropped onto Ditcherar. Moon gets himself in with a 3-man crush. Now gets himself back out. Blade Mail onto General, but No Tail, he's looking for Ditcherar on the back lines and takes down the Terrorblade through the Doom. Dendy Shallow Graved up just in time. Impetus bringing Crit incredibly low, and they'll actually get the kill on the Doom. Gem now on the decks. Dendy still, can't make it. The Chakra for Miracle catching him out, but OG have lost 3. Miracle now only has fly around, but I mean, he doesn't really need anyone around. Miracle is, I mean, can they kill this man? Can they kill this man? Nope.
Zoning CM ulti. He's going back in. He's so farmed. He gets so much health back whenever a Chakram hits as well.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So it takes roughly, for Miracle right now, it takes roughly 80 seconds for him to respawn. And he has 27 Bloodstone charges. So more or less...
So 3.8 times 22, I mean, what's that?
Well, 22 now, so it's like 83 or 84 seconds, somewhere around those. Or somewhere around there. Which means he doesn't instantly respawn, but he's going to be dead for like 5 or 6 seconds.
I'm trying to do the maths.
It's like 5 or 6 seconds. I didn't tab out and use the calculator on the computer. Probably would have been really easy to do, but I can't be bothered.
It's 88.6 second reduction. No, 88.6 seconds is his
dead.
Is
That's
his
how long
death
he's
time.
dead.
88.6 seconds, and it's getting reduced by what? 27 times 3,
You're the math guy here, Owen.
which is 81.
So yeah, he's dead for like 6 seconds.
Yes. Okay, we did the math.
6 or 7, whatever. Still impressive.
But also impressive for Na'Vi that they are managing to defend. I mean, you know, they are holding them off.
They can't kill Miracle though. That's the real issue. Because the only way that guy dies now is he needs to get everything, more or less. So he needs to get arrowed into a quad star storm, get taunted. Terrorblade needs to be punching him in the face. It's you need the stars to align to take the guy down.
They really need something special. But again, it does feel like, you know, game 1 was not good at all for Na'Vi. Game 2 was a little bit better. Game 3 now, still holding on at 33 minutes in. There is a chance.
So you're saying if we played like a best of 15 or whatever,
Eventually Na'Vi would scale up.
okay. It's like they gain like experience towards the next level every game they play, right?
But this is, yeah, Miracle's got Hags done. 33 minutes in. Oh, what, 3 minutes after the Octarine, Ags is just done just like that.
I think we're getting close to like 1v5 territory for this Timber.
It really seems like that.
It's mainly because they can't really kill him with physical damage, and because of his itemization, he's got so much flat health that even the Enchantress and the Mirana can't really burst him anymore. So with the Octarine lifesteal on top of the sheer amount of health that he has, you just recover it all. And if you need to run, your Timber Chain cooldown is only 3 seconds because you have Octarine anyway. So every 3 seconds, you're potentially traveling, what, 2k range? No, sorry, it's like 1650 or something like that, so it's shorter. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, OG as well, they're not really grouping up again. They're kind of playing it cool, just farming up the lanes. Against the Terrorblade, are you worried at all if you're OG? Is there some kind of timer that you need to be aware that the Na'Vi are going to be hitting? Or are you just so far ahead that you don't really
I do think that against Terrorblade, you're always feeling it in the back of your mind, at least. Okay, or you could just kill him. That works, too. Oh!
Sunder!
His team's not here, though. I think he's still dead.
No, he's definitely dead.
Well, I mean, that just showcased how tanky he can be. And in those situations where if he gets the Manta style off, you know, imagine if he has some kind of backup. That team fight can very easily be turned. Unfortunately, he's probably going to have to buy out here.
I mean, you say easily, Andy, but... Let's see. Let's see what they can do here.
Nice.
Arrow onto No-Tail with the impetus as well. No-Tail's gone. All right, he's dead for 70 seconds. OG. They need to be careful about what they throw away here. Na'Vi wanting to move back in. See if they can find anything else on this one. OG are retreating. This actually could be a big fight for Na'Vi as General gets the jump in, catches out Crit. That's the Doom down. A second one for Na'Vi. Dendy with a double kill. Y and Moon still being careful. I mean, if in some crazy world they do kill Miracle, that's going to be
he missed the Timber
insane.
Chain!
Oh, can they do this? Can they do this? Can they do this? They've got the control, the cool. No, he gets himself out of the silence. He's just playing with a Miracle. Can Na'Vi kill this Timbersaw?
He is so tanky. He's going to kill him, I think. Oh, God, the Blade Melt. The Blade Melt! Oh, the Timber Chain, he healed!
Can they do it? Oh, they did it!
Oh, my God.
Oh, that is a rich axe.
That gold, 1200.
Oh.
Okay, I just want to point out the score is 3-2-2-2.
Oh, Andy, please.
I'm sorry. I'll try not to meme again. But I couldn't help it.
4.8k. What'd you buy on General?
That is actually a good question.
What is the game-winning item now for axe?
I think... Oh, man, that's hard. Shivas, maybe? AC? He needs some armor. Definitely needs some armor. At the same time... Honestly, I really think the armor is the play. I think Shivas would be great against their team. They're a lot of auto-attack damage, right? You got like the Lifestealer and the Starter together. You can use it for utility inside of the fights you already want to be chasing. I don't think BKB really offers you a ton. It's really just a protection against the CM ulti and the Timber at this point. You can also just casually save buyback and lose a ton of gold when you die. I love doing that, by the way. I do that all the time.
I see OG. I mean, this really is the thing. OG seem to be struggling to push up to the high ground. It feels like, you know, for the last 15 minutes or so, they've had this very strong and confident edge.
Well, this is Timbersaw's age-old struggle. He's amazing everywhere, but in the enemy base, pretty much. There's not as many options for him in terms of timber chaining in and getting like the maximum amount of damage output. And he doesn't hit buildings. The guy does 126 damage. He's got 25,000 net worth. He's almost double anyone else in the game, but none of his gold translates into killing a tower.
Na'Vi with the smoke, General slides in, gets the jump off, they catch out Moon, the impetus for the sidelines, Moon falling low and he's gone. No Tails trying to move in, focusing onto Dendy, they're moving Dendy out, they're fine with the Grave as well, they keep him alive. Didgerar is going to get used up for the time being, Dendy's still alive, the Doom may just tick him down, there'll be a buyback from General, Dendy falling low, they'll take him down, 2 dead, but at the same time, they've killed 2 on OG. General still alive on the front lines, controlling crit from the sidelines, Artstar with the impetus, the dunk down for General, they'll find themselves the third. OG maybe losing a little bit too much, they've lost Fly as well, it's only Miracle left alive here. What can he do on his own? He's playing his way around. Oh, he missed the chain!
No, he got mini stun. He got mini stun from the poison touch.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Na'Vi, are they doing it?
I mean, both teams actually lost gold for that fight.
I mean, yeah, they did cost them 2 buybacks, Na'Vi. Everyone losing money.
That was insane, actually. All right, here we go. We get the
there we go.
We get the opportunity to watch this again since everyone's pretty much dead anyway.
I mean, I want to say eyes on Artstar. Look how much damage Artstar's able to do in this fight.
Yeah, but not only that, but just like the Doom goes out onto Dendy, but he's just alive for so long anyway. He gets like a double or triple Starstorm off during this engagement, eventually drops, but it's like you've already expended every single utility you have, so when the buybacks come out, OG have no retreat plan. They're just all in. Both their cores are already dead. The Timber, even if he does live through this engagement, he can't really like, transition off of it. So, yeah, really brilliantly done there from Na'Vi. Just holding the line. I really think that Moon needs to contemplate buying a BKB. Because it's like the Starstorms just deal way too much damage when you're under the effects of Sprint. Like, he just evaporated.
Well, General, is he still in the streets? He is. Oh! Easy smoke to spell.
That's pretty awkward.
There's somebody here. Where is he? Where is he? I'm gonna dust him. I'm gonna say
god, the value.
I'm gonna dust him. I'm gonna say I'm gonna find you.
That was so much value, actually.
General is just chilling. Does he not have a TP? Did he get cancelled?
He's actually going hard.
Oh, he's not got. He just hasn't got a TP.
I don't know about the hard choice against Lifestealer, but you know, it's not like he's only going to be getting hit by that hero.
I mean, General just needs to find his way back over for this one. Oh, with the Moonlight, that might be the route to get him in. Looking for the wraparound. Moon gets the crush on Taneko. Taneko's gone. No dazzle for this fight. Eyes onto Artstar. Bursting him down with the Chakram. The heals. They're pretty strong. Not strong enough. They'll lose the Encho as well. And she does not have buyback. At the same time on the backlines, General managed to find the dunk off onto Fly. They've doomed up Didgerar. Crush to follow through. They'll take down the Terrorblade. 2 heroes now down on Na'Vi without buyback.
Alright, well, that's going to be problematic. Because unlike last time, the Lifestealer is actually still standing after the engagement. Backdoor protection can hold this tower up for a little bit longer, but not that long. Actually, wait, where is their creep wave? Alright, looks like it's really far away, so Roshan is going to be the option here.
Bendy. See if he has anything to say about this. I mean, without 2 heroes.
I don't think he take the risk, actually, because he bought back last fight, right? So
he did.
He's just going to help him out, you know, casual stun. And by that, I mean no tail.
Yeah, his AC now done on to no tail.
Yeah, this thing's just dead. Nothing they can do to stop it.
Let's go for a steal.
And he's got Blink.
Let's do it, Dendy.
He's got Blink Linkens, actually.
Let's do it!
No.
Oh.
Hesitated too long. I think if he gets it, it would have been a really nice play, but at the same time, if he messed up and he died, then it's just kind of like, well, no Mirana for, what, like 80 seconds?
Hana picked up on Axe. I mean, Miracle, he's pretty much done at this stage. I guess you can upgrade the bots.
You can actually get rid of Ether as well, and get like a Hex or something.
Okay, that's true.
He could even go back for Shivas if he wants. But he is just about the tankiest you can possibly be on a hero. This is like Pudge with 20 plus stacks of Flesh Heap status, 4,400 health.
I mean, what is the play, if you know it? We're seeing them able to kind of punish OG when they look for fights. So they're able to do it here. Jumping in onto General. Miracle jumping in as well.
I guess
Control's not quite there.
the main problem is the economic damage that OG deal by forcing them to fight so much and forcing them also to buy back. Like, that's the biggest issue. Cores having to buy back into the game just to defend when you already have a lead is not what you want. Because even in that fight where they lost, and Na'Vi, you can't discredit them. They played a great team fight. It's just because of the fact that you still lost as much gold as the enemy team did when they got wiped because you wanted to defend by buying back on 2. It's just like that commitment that you have to make now because OG are in, or have been in such a dominant position for quite a long time.
I mean, yeah, Na'Vi are just ready for the defense each and every time. I mean, is there an item that you're waiting for an OG that's suddenly going to make these high ground advances easier?
I mean, I guess Scotty would be the big thing for the Terrorblade or Lincolns, maybe, if he wants to defend himself from the Doom, because he's been getting that a lot during these engagements. And if you can protect yourself from that, we talked about the Metamorphosis and having a lot of images out and just the amount of damage that you can deal. It's still fairly substantial. Something that OG are respecting a lot here by not just rushing the high ground with the Aegis.
OG, they've given away quite a bit on the last 2 advances. Up into the base of Na'Vi. Need to be a little bit more careful. Eyes onto Miracle. Okay, no tell, no message. Just rages up, looks to hit onto the tower, but the fortification immediately from Na'Vi.
That damage.
Now with no fort. A bit of an opening there. Now as you can see them jumping in. You can't quite catch the crush. We'll see. Yeah, Miracle just closes in. It will take down the tier 3. Now, how are you going to hold this one? Creating the space for the Chakrams, allowing Notel to go to work. He's going to be able to get the melee racks, or is he? General gets the call, starts to slide him back into the base, and they're focusing Notel, the follow-through stun, and Notel, he's going to go down, but he has the Aegis. Ready for round 2, Crit jumps in with the Doom onto Dendi. At the same time, look at this amount of damage coming around in return. Can they bring down Crit? Yes, they can. He's gone. Can they give themselves anything more? The Grave onto Dendi, keeping him alive for the time being, but Tichara burst it down, buys back immediately on the Terrorblade. Dendi is gone, though. 110 seconds. No buyback available, General. One done. He's getting himself a second. Miracle still finding it up. Gets the double Chakram onto Artstar. Moon with the double crush for General and Seneko. Buyback now from Artstar. Fly with the ult, but they take him down. Fly's gone. Tichara lives through it. They've lost 3 OG. Again, Miracle trying to do his best to keep the team ahead, but he picks himself up a triple kill. And this did cost Na'Vi 2 buybacks. Look how much damage he's doing. 7.7k damage.
That was unreal.
He gets a crush onto Artstar. They can kill him again. It will be a dieback, but at the same time, there's an arrow, and it's going to connect onto Miracle. Can they try and bring down this man? Notel watching for the middle of the fight with the Rage. Tries to go for the open moves on Denny, but he's got the Lincolns. He's fine for the time being. Leaps away. Miracle falling low. Moon just crushing the illusions, holding them back, and Miracle still wanting to go back in. Eyeing up Artstar, but they've lost Moon. Only Miracle alive now on the side. Goes for the TP out. They got anything to cancel it. They have, and he will get himself away. Notel, he's on his own. A look to chase him. Rage is going to run out in a second, and Dichara hot on the case. Dendi's there as well. Can they kill this man on the Lifestealer? Artstar, Seneko, and the crew joining in. Notel will jump into the grid, trying to run away with the Shadow Tormentor, and he gets it. Blinking out at the Infest Bomb, and Notel with that play keeps himself alive.
I mean, honestly, that would have been a dieback from him, right? Yeah, he bought back, and so did Dendi. And the Terrorblade as well. So the Terrorblade died straight away, got bursted before he was able to get Sunder off. I think it was Miracle who ended up just like front-loading him so hard that he just couldn't do anything. And even with the Doom being cast on Dendi, which is still a pretty decent target, it's still doesn't even matter that the Dichara Terrorblade was...
It's got to be the first time this has ever been picked up on this hero.
That's good when you have such effective health. Like, think about it.
Yeah, just put the shield.
No one can purge it.
Yeah.
You put it on yourself. If they start focusing it, you're just going to lightning everyone. You can do it. You can put it on the Lifestealer, you can put it on Moon, whatever the target is.
I mean, he had a lot of money.
Yeah. It's also some attack speed, helps kill the base.
And turning back into the base, you know, off the back of that fight, again, even though Na'Vi are able to find some kills, this time they do actually lose a lot of structures.
Yeah.
Mid lane's cleaned out, bottom lane half dead at the moment on the Rex.
This was a painful defense for Na'Vi. I mean, most of them have at least costed some kind of economical damage, but it's a little bit worse when you have to buy back, still lose the buildings on top of it. That's the point where it starts to become a little bit too much, I think. And Na'Vi have done a really good job of holding on. It just, again, goes back to, imagine if they played a little bit better during the laning phase. What if they get their timings 5 minutes earlier? What if the Axe gets his blink and they start smoking up, getting ganks, and OG are the ones being pressured? I think this game actually could have been very different.
Yeah.
If maybe... See, I don't even know if skilling Grave wins that lane for you, though. But I do think the way they played it and not having Grave in conjunction really hurt them. Because I think he died 4 or 5 times in a row before he left. Alright, arrow gonna hit here. No follow-up, though, I don't think.
Yeah, you don't want to be coming this far out the base. I'm just trying to get some vision here as well with looking for amplifies. One lane is being pushed in, the ping's coming out, so maybe OG will just back up and push that one right through.
Yeah,
We've got a Lincoln Sphere on Ditchra now as well, so suddenly the Doom initiation is going to be a little bit trickier for him to get off.
They can just have the Timber blink. Oh, he doesn't have Eels anymore, that's right. He sold his Eels for the heart, never mind. So they're going to have, I guess, CM blink in and break it with either a Hex or a Frostbite if they want to try to get it off, or an Open Wounds maybe.
OG ready to come around again. They really want to try and lock this one off. So get the jump in onto Dandy. Dandy hexed up as well. Is there any chance for this man though? He's doomed up and he's gone. No Mirana
no
for
buyback.
110 seconds.
That honestly might just be game. He's so much of their damage. Without him, like, who's going to be able to do DPS in this fight outside of the Terrorblade? I guess Art Style still hits kind of hard, but Miracle is just unbelievably tanked at this point.
On goes the shield. And there goes the space here, allowing them to go for this React. So at the same time, they're trying to find the jump in Miracle. Timber turning out, General in the middle of it all has the blade mail out. Is a can he actually do this? Look how quickly this Axe dies to the power of Miracle. There's an ult from Fly coming in. Ditcherard trying to fight up, but he's down as well. 2 dead on Na'Vi, a buyback from General. It looks like it's going to be a dieback. Actually gets one dunk, can't get himself an one, but Arsenal still trying to do it for the team. Gets himself a double kill, turns his attention towards Fly. Can he get this Crystal Maiden killed? Oh, yes he does. But there's 4 dead on Na'Vi. Miracle destroying them all. It's GG. And OG are your champions once again. 2nd time in a row here at DreamLeague. I mean, this series, game 1, a bit of a shambles for Na'Vi. 2nd game, a little less of a shambles. 3rd game, a little more less of a shambles, but at the same time, they just weren't able to reach the level of play that OG were bringing.
Yeah, I mean, Na'Vi did really well to get this far. They made some adaptations throughout the drafts, and ultimately, I think OG were just kind of on the next level today. You know, it seemed like they were kind of outclassed, and I think a lot of it came down to the draft. This game, I think, was not so much, even though it was crazy. I think that the Terrorblade and the Axe showed potential, but it was